Hey, I'm Mike Baccarell, and today we're going to take a look at two different Aldi Meola lines that are guaranteed to give your alternate picking quite a workout. Let's take a look. When I was in high school and I was first getting really obsessed with guitar, I was really into Yngwie Malmsteen and Dimebag Darrell and Zakk Wylde and Randy Rhoads and all those guys. I still love those guys a ton, but that was where my head was at the time. Someone recommended, because I was so into different guitar players who could play fast, I should check out Aldi Meola. And the first time I heard him, I was absolutely floored. And I give Aldi Meola's playing credit for being my gateway into jazz, because that's what led me to checking out Return to Forever. And from Return to Forever, I got into Mahavishnu Orchestra, and from there I got into Miles Davis, and then from there it just kind of snowballed. So my musical development owes Aldi Meola a lot of credit for getting me to where I am. Both of these lines are from Race with the Devil on the Spanish Highway, from Al's record Elegant Gypsy, which is one of the great fusion records of all time. I definitely recommend checking it out if you haven't. On the original track, he plays this in the key of B natural minor. However, I'm going to transpose this to the key of E minor, because he originally plays it quite high in the neck, and I know some of you probably have hollow bodies that area is a little tough to reach, so we'll bring it down a little bit to a different key, make it a little easier for our hands to grab. This first line starts with D on the 10th fret of the first string, and I'm playing that with my pinky. And we're going to start with a 4-note pattern where we're going to go down 3 notes and go back to the first note. So we're going D, C, B, D. So there's our pattern. Down 3, back to 1. And then we're going to move that down to the next note. So we got C, B, A, C, and then again, B, A, G, B, and then one more time, A, G, F sharp, A. So those are our first 4 beats. And it's the same pattern 4 times, just moving throughout the scale. And of course, you could keep that running through the scale if you'd like. From here, we're going to go G, F sharp, E, G, and then B. And then we're going to do a bunch of 3-note patterns. We're going to go D, C, B on the 10th, 8th, and 7th fret on the first string. And then again, same frets on the second string, A, G, F sharp. And then we're going to jump up to E with our pinky on the 12th fret, D and C. And then back down to A, G, and F sharp with our pinky, second and first finger. And then back to D, C, and B. Then back to A, G, and F sharp. And then we're going to jump backwards to C, B, A on the 8th, 7th, and 5th fret on the first string. And then the same thing on the second string, G, F sharp, E. There's our full line. Now, picking wise, we're going to alternate pick everything. Aldi Meola rarely ever uses a hammer-on or economy picks or anything like that. He just pretty much alternate picks everything. And when we're doing this, we should focus on, in addition to just getting the notes cleanly, dynamics. Can we play it really loud? Can we play it really soft? Can we crescendo while we're playing it? And can we decrescendo while we're playing it? This all give us more control of our picking hand and give us more tools to be more deliberate in our improvisations. So we can play the things we hear rather than just play the one way we can play. And we're thinking this is all 16th notes. The second line is also in E minor, and it starts here on the 5th fret of the 4th string with our second finger. And we're going to play G, F sharp, G, A. Those are our first 4 notes. It's about 5th, 4th, 5th, and 7th fret. And then we're going to go B, C, D, B. with our first, second, fourth finger. So the first two beats looks like this. Then we're going to play C and D with our second and fourth finger on the 5th and 7th fret of the 3rd string. And then we're going to jump up, change positions to our first finger on the 5th fret here, and play E and G with our pinky on the 8th fret. So we have. And then we go E, F sharp, G, A. So here's our first full measure. Then for measure 2, we're going to jump up to the 7th fret with the first finger, and we're going to go chromatically from B to D. B, C, C sharp, D with our first, second, third, and fourth finger. And then we're going to go B, G on the 2nd string, 8th fret, E on the 9th fret, 3rd string, D on the 7th fret, 3rd string. And we have C, B, A, C, B, all on the 4th string, landing on the 9th fret there. So here's our full line. Again, all alternate picking and all 16th notes. Now harmonically, these are rather simple lines. There's nothing crazy going on. There's no other scales here. It's all just from the home key. The second line has a little bit of chromaticism, but we're still basically 90% in the key of E minor. In addition to using these lines over an E minor chord, we could use these exact lines as is over an A minor for a Dorian sound. We could use it over C major for a Lydian sound, and G major for just a major sound. Those all will work. Now, when it comes to building speed with lines like this, the things I'll recommend is to first off make sure both hands are very, very relaxed and calm as you're playing this. If they're tense at all, it's going to cause problems down the line. So don't strain and try to push yourself to go faster. Make sure your hands are very calm and relaxed and just very receptive to what you're playing. I would also play this a bunch of times very slowly before I even think about going fast, just to make sure my fingers really know where they're supposed to be going. That is very important. Because if you really know what's going on, if your fingers really know what they're doing, speed is not too difficult to achieve because speed is a byproduct of accuracy. I also recommend, practicing playing this with dynamics. Play it, how soft can you play it? How loud can you play it? Things like that. Can you get louder as you play? Can you get softer as you play? Because that demonstrates that you have a really strong control of your picking hand. And having strong control of your picking hand means your phrasing can be more deliberate with the music you hear rather than just the one way you know how to pick. And of course, move this to as many different keys as you can. Maybe even experiment with some different positions. And since these lines are somewhat pattern-based, you can take these and move them to different positions and just move the pattern around to that. So thanks for checking out today's lesson. Keep practicing. I'll see you next time.